There's Budaj. Correction, that is Jaguar. Look at the save percentage, would you? .981. Peter Budaj for the Canadians. Two strong backup goaltenders tonight. Budaj's 2-0. And we're underway with Duchesne, Parento, and O'Reilly starting for Colorado. Gennon and Wilson are the two defensemen in front of Jaguar. And this is Nate Gennon coming back, and that's an icing call right in front of him. Subban and Markov starting in the blue line for the Canadians. Plekanec, Gionta, and Bournival.
You mentioned the two goalies, Bob. Both of these two backup goalies have save percentages above .980, and both of them have goals against well under 1. So certainly both these guys have been playing excellent.
And here's that face-off deep in the Montreal zone. Canadians losing by a goal last night. Colorado winning by a goal. Little backhander got through to Budaj. Might have been tipped too, but he moved quickly and made the stick save. Right in front of the net, and a pretty good chance for Parento. Couldn't quite control the puck. Another shot came through the crowd that Budaj somehow saw and stopped. Two big saves early in this hockey game by Peter Budaj. Anytime he has stepped in for Patrick Roy, or against Patrick Roy, he's played well. He is no stranger to this town.
No, he's played here before, and certainly he's had a pretty good start. One puck he saw, made a great save. The other one he didn't see. It just hit him, but he was in the right place.
At the Pepsi Center in Colorado, there is no score. First period, early in the first period, Canadians and Colorado, and no score, just underway. Colorado trying to get something going from center ice. And the quick shot fired in wide of the net. Landeskog coming on with Stastny and Tanguay, broken up and cleared back down the ice. The Canadians in white, their road uniforms. Nice play by Tanguay to bank it in over the line. And a good save by Budaj as Landeskog gets another pretty good chance from about 35, 40 feet. So each team now looking for a win here tonight for Colorado. They're really setting the stage this year for this Avalanche team, winning again last night by a goal. Canadians losing by a goal. Avalanche in Dallas, Canadians in Minnesota. Little hit by Hayda, didn't quite get the crowd going. Thought maybe something would be called. Nothing doing. They're going to let him go. Avalanche. They're a fast skating young team with a great amount of promise. Johnny Mitchell at center ice, backed it back inside his own blue line, and up there at center takes the relay. Mitchell dumped it on the boards, tried to get in to pick it up. Got a little bit of help from Talbot, who's here now from Philadelphia, playing his second game. From the line, a shot by Wilson. Didn't get to the net this time, and cleared out to center ice, and Gennon went back. He set up Wilson again to come on. He does. Telegraphed the shot. Easy blocker save by Budaj. All the work by the Canadians goalie so far. The shots are 3-0. Avalanche scrap now to start it off. White for the Canadians. And that's McLeod for Colorado.
Didn't take McLeod long. He's just coming off a suspension. It's his first game back in the lineup, and him and Ryan White get right into it right away to set the tone for this game.
Boy, they're getting some swings going too. First it was McLeod landing a few, and then White coming back with some dandy right hands.
Well, Montreal's fourth line last night had a tough one in Minnesota. They were -3 on the night, and Ryan White was part of that. You knew he was going to have pretty good edge on here, and McLeod coming right back in, wants to assert himself.
You see the big linesman, Mike Speak, was going to get in first and break him up to make sure there's no damage or injury as the two of them fell to the ice.
There's a tone setter for you.
Yep.
As if this game didn't already have enough.
We're 4 seconds short of the 3-minute mark. Here's how it started.
Well, you watch him here. They were talking all the way along, and he almost tripped over Barros going backwards there, White. And they just set it up, and this thing, they were going at it right from the get-go. And as I mentioned, there's been enough emotion in this game already. You got Patrick Roy coaching his first game against the Montreal Canadiens. We've got the sweater retirement of Adam Foote. These two teams show right off the hop that they're here to play.
These are fourth-line players on both teams, and they're known for being able to handle themselves, and you just saw a demonstration of that. So major penalties are gone. There's no score in this first period. Shots are 4-0 Avalanche, and they're coming on for more right here by the looks of it. O'Reilly got as far as center, then Wilson missed a chance to move on. Canadians are offside with Bournemouth just stalling at the line, going in for the shot. Take your game to the next level with Hockey Night's Second Screen. Interact and compete for cash prizes. Be a part of our broadcast. Engage with us at cbcsports.ca/second screen. Canadians have to come back to try and start it off. Their offense, 0 so far. Maybe this chance. In front, the pass intended for Gallagher didn't quite work. Chenyuk had a good chance to make the shot himself, and Gallagher was dumped just inside the line, and this draws the crowd again. Same spot where the first fight occurred.
You look at the Western Conference teams this year, and the one thing that the top teams in the Western Conference do extremely well is they move north-south. Not a lot of east-west. They attack you immediately. As soon as the puck turns over, they're on the body and the wheels get kicking, and all of a sudden it's a 3-4 man attack. Colorado Avalanche already have thrown 4 pucks at Budaj early into this first period already. They attack your net quickly.
And pretty good shots too. 3 of them were screened. Good saves by Peter Budaj. Benoit backs up a little bit, goes to his partner, Corey Sarich, dumped it in. Can't get after it though, so he backed off to center ice and missed it there. So did Benoit. He's got rid of it. So the Canadians have a chance to come back and get organized again. Doug Murray back there, he's number 6 for the Canadians. Big, strong defenseman on with the puck. Backhands it on the boards, doesn't get out. Good forechecking by Colorado. They keep it inside that Canadian line. Dumped off to the corner. And after it is John Mitchell. Pass intended to get back to Benoit, who is parked all alone at the blue line behind the net. Talbot trying to center. Got it behind the goal again for Mitchell, who was covered by this time. Canadians, though, having a tough time finding the puck. Avalanche just do not stop. Quite active, this team. Talbot dumped it ahead. And now Murray. He had lots of time to move it and did, but everybody is covered over there. On it quickly, though, is Diaz. Did get it out. They have to tag up. So a chance for changes to be made. Players colliding as they're trying to get to the respective benches. Canadians and Avalanche close to each other. Offside, another scrap coming up at the blue line. Bordelot this time for the Avalanche, throwing the first punches, and Paris is back in the lineup for the Canadians, coming off a concussion. You remember the hit he took when he fell to the ice. Smashed his forehead on the ice. And now the linesman will be very careful with these two as they go down again. And no damage this time, I do not believe.
I talked with George this morning, who's used to seeing him with that mustache, but with November here, he shaved it off and ready to start growing it again. And he said it was a freak accident and something that he's put out of his mind, and he certainly has. As he steps right in here with a tough customer in Bordelot, and they go at it. And these two guys had nothing to do with the action at the bench. This was a delayed offside that Talbot threw in late, and Bourque just finished his check. And of course, the changes are going on, and the player falls over the stick of Talbot. But the two combatants that ended up going at it, Bordelot and Parros, they weren't even near this. This happened away from all of that. Two teams trying to assert themselves here early in this game. Certainly the Canadians know the strength of this Avalanche team and the start that they've had. And after the loss last night, Montreal anteing in early here.
Avalanche, Gary, 11-1-0 for 22 points. Really, really flying. Very organized hockey team. Got the speed, and now you've seen the toughness that they possess.
They got a bit of everything here, that's for sure.
The goaltending. Finally a stop by Giguère. There's no problem on it. O'Reilly passed it back. No shot coming here, and the Canadians send two away, led by Eller. Dumped it up for Gallagher. Galchenyuk comes to the net. Galchenyuk comes in looking for the puck and does get it. Tapped it there at the side of the goal. A little backhander is stopped, and another. 3 shots by Gallagher, all stopped. That's the Canadians' top line. Galchenyuk, Eller, and Gallagher are really hot. Every game they play, they're all over the place and usually causing havoc. Still no score in this first period. And we're nearing the 6-minute mark now, period number 1. Steal by Gionta. Couldn't take advantage of that. Back down the ice for the Avalanche. Stastny couldn't get a shot away. It's dumped into this corner in the near side. Gionta played it ahead and got it out for Montreal. Avalanche, good back checking to pick it up again. Tanguay. Long pass goes astray. Avalanche are up on the goal. The play continues. The pass in front just missing Stastny. And then Budaj has to cover up on the second attempt, which was right at him. But Stastny had a great chance and just missed it. Still no score.
In the future rounds, some great young players here in Colorado. And look at this goal as he roofed this one awful quickly. Had the pleasure of coaching against him in minor hockey with my oldest son, and I was chatting with him this morning saying, boy, you burnt us on a lot of games, boy, I'll tell you. You knew he was going to be a great player the moment I saw him.
You had him pegged, no question about it, and he's going to be a great player for a long time. Andy has an update for us here. Now we'll take a break. Andy? Nathan McKinnon, another youngster with stardom on there now for Colorado, but look out, Bourque racing in. What a nice save that was by Giguère. Bourque winding up, telegraphing the slap shot. It came all right, he got all of it, but a nice save by J.S. Giguère.
Both these goalies are backups playing tonight, but they've got amazing save percentages and goals against averages. You mentioned it off the top here, and what a save on Rene Bourque. Both these goaltenders are backups, no mistake there, as Varlamov and Carey Price have had great starts themselves. Stingy teams, these two teams. Ranked number 1 and 4 in the National Hockey League in goals against.
Canadians win this face-off. Has to be dumped off to the corner, and in there for Montreal was Plekanec. Got a little bump. Stays in there looking for the puck. You're not going to get it. They played out by Ryan O'Reilly. Comes to center, dumped it through the middle for Duchesne. He nearly got a hold of it coming in on Budaj. Crowd on the boards fighting for it. Gionta poked it out to center, and he gets some room coming in. Shoots! Right on. That's stopped by Giguère again. Rebound behind the net. Bourneval trying to set it up. He's got Gionta there with him. Gionta pushed off the puck. Avalanche lose it again. Gionta poked it over here in this near side, but there's Matt Duchesne, and he lifted a high one down the ice. Colorado moving up on it. Coming on is Duchesne. To head for the net, put the brakes on. It's kicked loose though. Gionta into the shift, couldn't get up to it. And the Canadians trying to get a change made, now get off the ice. And the Avalanche are changing also. No score, first period, nearing 8 minutes of play in this opening frame. They've had 2 scraps, and the goalies have been pretty sharp. Offside. This play coming in. Tanguay winding up and had to hold back.
Peter Budaj sharp early in this period, and J.S. Giguère sharp here in the latter part of it here. Wilson gets caught in no man's land, and Gionta takes full advantage of that as he cruises down the wing. He does not have a pass. Good job by the Colorado defenseman. Getting sliding across, and J.S. Giguère, just not a lot of moving parts. He drops down, he's got his angles, that big body in place, and he blocks the puck.
Stastny against Eller. Colorado control. This will be Hayda. Drops it back. Long pass by Eric Johnson. Gets down the ice. Out of the net is Budaj. Shot it away on the boards. Not high enough. Stastny stopped that. but he couldn't take advantage, and it's cleared out and down the ice by the Canadians. Montreal changing. Colorado moving on, led by Johnson again. Weaves away from two intended hits and a third. Good play to get it back. Look out! Shot stopped. What a great rush. Kept in two. Talbot had a great chance to get the first goal of the game. They're still in the puck in there. Stastny drops it out to the line. A long shot was blocked. On the other side, Saric shot it off to the corner. Canadians finally get a hold of it. And Pacioretty gets it out and down the ice. That'll be an icing call, though, against Montreal. They came close that time, but still no score.
What a great rush from Erik Johnson. It just got neutral zone, got his head up, took the ice that was given to him, and here you see him cruising up, and you take what's given to you as a defenseman. All of a sudden it opens up, he takes a bit more, and right here Markov just misses him. And he gets a chance to walk right in. Nice little pass, and this shot to the net by Talbot. And Budaj up to the challenge.
McKinnon, Mitchell, and Talbot. McKinnon tried to get to the puck after he appeared to win the face-off. Did get out of reach. Here down the ice again. Benoit covers up along the boards. One hand on the stick, though, and couldn't move it very far, but he got away with it. And the Avalanche sent three away. Coming down hard on this side and on with the breaks. McKinnon pushed it over in front of the net. Talbot goes to the boards, gets it all the way back to the line for Wilson. Took the shot wide of the net by 10 feet. And it ricochets off the boards back to center ice. Gannon picked it up and gave it to Wilson, back to him. Gannon right through the middle. A good swift pass and handled well by Mitchell. And he dumped it in for Colorado. Avalanche nothing. Canadians nothing. Halfway mark, first period coming up here at the Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado. Back-to-back games for both these teams. Scramble on the boards, and the linesmen and the referees let him go. Nobody wanted to call anything. Cleared out by Louis Leblanc for the Canadians. It is dumped in wide of the net. He's allowed to come in to pick it up. Leblanc on the boards. Shakes loose. Gets away from Wilson. The pass did get to the blue line and then shot up behind the net. Bourneval centered it. Stopped at the line and kept in okay by Diaz. Bourneval gives chase. He won't get there in time. It was lifted away and down the ice. The Avalanche, McLeod, and they're changing now. Giano. He dropped it back and goes up to take it off the boards. It did get over the boards at the Avalanche bench and hit a player on the bench, and that stops the play. The shots are 6-4 Colorado. There is no score. All new Battle of the Blades tomorrow at 8 on CBC television.
Pretty spirited first period here, Bob. A couple of good fights and some good hits and some end-to-end action, and both goalies have had to be extremely sharp here in this first period.
Especially Budaj. He's had several screen shots to contend with, and he's made them look easy. They were not. Shagir had one splurge there. 3 shots in a row by Gallagher.
You get 3 for $1. He had one really good one, then 2 off his knees, and I'm not sure the third one got to the net or not, but he took a healthy swing at it anyway. He is so hard to contain around the net.
Taken away by Saric after that face-off win, and down the ice for Landeskog. Comes off the boards, tried the shot, deflected okay by Markov. Off the glass back there, Markov. He's checked, so he got rid of the puck behind the net again. Landeskog stays in there, does good work. But a penalty might be coming. The referee at center has his arm up, and it's going to be against Colorado.
Landeskog's going to go here for
first penalty of the game.
Getting his stick into the arms of Subban there as he was trying to trap him in behind the net. PK Subban was kind of camping out, using the net as protection, and as he went to cut out, in comes the free arm and the stick, and the referee in the neutral zone's hand went up immediately. And Montreal's power play, which is extremely good on the road, 33% here on the road against a very good penalty killing unit.
Shagir thought it was a Montreal penalty, and he took off to the bench. That could have been disaster.
Colorado has killed their last 20 times short.
The first in the National Hockey League. Killing off penalties. Galchenyuk, side of the net with the pass. Long shot, missing the goal. Chance to clear, and they do get it out. Landeskog gone for holding. Montreal can't get anything going. It's down the ice again. It's a great penalty killing team, and they've got another addition in that role. Max Talbot is a pretty good penalty killer. Coming here from Philadelphia. Started off, of course, in Pittsburgh with great success, and now there, Canadians. Galchenyuk played it back to the line again, scrambled in front. Giguère sprawled, and he has the puck, forcing a face-off in the zone.
What makes this Canadian power play so good are the two generals on the back. You got PK Subban, who's got an absolute howitzer you have to respect, and you got Markov, who shoots the puck pretty good too, but he's a real good heads-up passer, and this puck he throws to the net for the tip-in is not a shot, it's an actual pass. He's got great eye vision of what's going on in the zone, and when you have those two guys back at the point, it's tough to cover both of them and the guys down low at the same time.
Canadians send on Plekanec, Gionta, Bournival. Pacioretty on there with them too. Power play Canadians. At the line, it's stopped by Markov. Subban pumped it ahead. Plekanec takes a look. Didn't like it. Gets it again. Back to the line. No shot coming off the stick of Subban. Almost missed it entirely. So 58 seconds left in the penalty. Subban will carry to center before the pass. Lost it. Tried to do it himself. And there's Talbot clearing it back deep into the Montreal zone. Subban went back. Flipped it ahead. That'll be Bouillon who will pick it up. Give it to Gionta. He cuts in over the line and takes the shot off the boards. Funny hop off the stanchion. But they get away with it and get it out of the zone. Barely out. Stopped by Diaz. Pacioretty turns it back. He gave it away. Shot down the ice. Everybody is covered. Cleach that time. Shot it away, intercepting the pass. 18 seconds left in the penalty. Canadians, just the one shot on goal so far. It's a great penalty killing team too here that Patrick Roy has going. Colorado staving off this first power play of the game. This shot is blocked, cleared to the corner by the goalie, and now the penalty to Landeskog is over. And he'll get the puck and come away with it. Put a long pass down through the middle. That's a little bit too far for Tanguay to handle, but he's in to pick it up in center. Landeskog stopped it. Turns for the backhander. Off the blocker. Rebound. Landeskog put it up over the crossbar. Might have grazed the crossbar with that high shot. In there again. Great pressure here by Colorado. Landeskog on the puck along the boards. Back to the line. Bourque reaching for it. Kicked at it. Still couldn't get it out. Tanguay dumped it ahead, and that's broken up in front of the net. Tanguay gets in, gets a shot. It was weak and stopped, and the Canadians set it up for the 2-on-1 coming in. This is Gallagher. Eller going to the net. High shot off the glass, and the net flies off the moorings, and that stops the play. Great action at both ends, especially in the Montreal zone. There's no score.
Back from Alex Tanguay and a failed to protect the puck from Bouillon. They get a couple of good chances. Bouillon gets into this puck first, but he kind of stops short. Tanguay gets the puck, throws it out in front, and it's a bit of a schmozzle in front of the Montreal net. And Colorado does everything but find the back of the net here. And Colorado, on their own part, have been guilty of being caught with outnumbered attacks on the third occasion of this period. This is the third 2-on-1 they've had. And Gallagher just rips this over the top of the net. I'm sure during that break, Patrick Roy was telling his defenseman, easy on the pinches.
Plekanec, Gionta, Bournival again for the Canadians. Duchesne, O'Reilly, Parento, Colorado. Puck was cleared to center. Josh Georges steps up from the line and dumped it ahead. Wilson took his man out. The puck was in deep. And the Avalanche back to pick it up as Parento stalled a little bit in his own zone and lost it eventually. Did manage to disrupt the play of Bournival. Couldn't get anywhere with it. And the Canadians regroup. Subban looks for room to skate and can't find it. Put a high one in over the net off the glass back there. Both teams are changing. Here's Matt Duchesne. Down the ice for the pass to O'Reilly, and he couldn't stop that. Murray dumped it around the net for the Canadians to Bourque. Bourque nearly lost it. Carrying on though, Desharnais. In front was Bourque, and he couldn't reach that pass. Right in front of the net, has it again. He's not flying. Bourque was knocked down trying to get a second chance at the net. First chance, he just couldn't reach it. Benoit, good work against Pacioretty, who got it back to the line. Long shot doesn't get through to the net, was blocked and cleared down to center ice. They're onside coming in. Stopping on the play was McKinnon, lost it, and the Canadians get it down the ice. Nobody could connect on a second pass. Up comes Mitchell. Drilled the shot up high off the glass. Is it onside? Barely, as it was kept in by Ryan O'Reilly. Canadians Markov behind his own goal. Starts away, no score in this first period and 4:20 remaining on the clock. O'Reilly stopped it, threw it ahead. Avalanche come on with Duchesne getting it in there. Parento lost it. Subban, he sees a little room this time, gives the pass and stays up on the play, but it was broken up at the Colorado blue line. Again, Parento stopped it. He saw O'Reilly come up. He'll come in with a wrist shot. Easy save by Budaj. Georges poked at the puck. O'Reilly stays there looking for it. Comes along the boards. Wilson had to back off. And it's down the ice where Guenin turns. Steps to center and lifts a high one in over the head of Georges. Side of the net. Quickly, Diaz got into trouble back there. It was centered, but no shot on goal. Avalanche coming close though. Landeskog had that chance. It's 2 or 3 he's had now in this first period. But there's still no score, and Eller shoots one from center. Off the blocker of Giguère and over the glass. 9-6 of the shots, Avalanche.
It's time for the Crown Royal Icebreaker. Why not try Crown Royal Maple on the Rocks? Crown Royal, the official whiskey partner of the NHL.
Well, they hung Adam Foote's sweater in the banner up in the rafters tonight, and I'll tell you what, the defensemen for the Avalanche are playing like Adam Foote tonight. And here's one hit you're going to look at from Corey Sarich. He comes across and just obliterates Rene Bourque.
Looked like Foote doing that.
He did.
They put his sweater, Foote that is, up in the rafters of the building tonight. It was a great ceremony. Long shot by Murray here is wide of the net. The Avalanche start out again. Landeskog brings it up over the line and gets in on goal. Stopped by Budaj. Didn't get a real hard shot away, but a beautiful rush by Landeskog. Puck floats down inside that line. That's an icing call against the Montreal Canadiens.
Really liked his game in this first period so far. Not only has he had a couple of great scoring chances, you're going to see the hands of Gabriel Landeskog and the big body and the power forward that he is, but he's also been a physical presence when he hasn't had the puck. He's finished every check that he's been on top of, and boy, he just cruised right through here, and if not to lose his balance, he would have had a lot more on that.
Another face-off in the Montreal zone on that icing call. No score, 2:48 left in the period. Lots of chances though. Mitchell winning the draw. Sarich gets a shot. Budaj didn't see that. It was by him when he saw it. You could tell he looked quickly. What was that? Whistle by his ear off the glass behind him. Talbot sends it back in his own zone. And now Benoit. Long pass through the middle. Didn't quite work, but anyway, McKinnon picked it up somehow. Got it over here for Talbot, who was bodied on the play along the boards. Puck loose for Bouillon. Came right out in front of the net though. Avalanche on it, that's Mitchell. Back to the line. No shot from there, everybody covered. Mitchell has it again. Waits, put the shot in, he missed the rebound. Fired hard by Benoit. Into the crowd again. High shot by Mitchell is over the goal. Canadians are barely hanging on. There's still no score in the first period. 1:53 left to play. Canadian play broken up. Avalanche nearly had a 2-on-1. Quickly getting in there was Parento. He had to go to the side. Long shot easily blocked by Peter Budaj. Montreal slow in starting out. Was Subban. Just didn't play it quickly. Now gets a pass away down the ice. It gets all the way down. Georges is up on the play. Canadians look for a chance and get right in front of the net, and Gallagher didn't get a shot. Went off the top of his stick. Subban gets in a little bit, had to back off. Wants to hang on to it. Got rid of it. Galchenyuk left it for Gallagher. Around the net, Gallagher coming out. Somehow he hangs on to it, bodied nevertheless. Tried to get a pass back, poked it in front of the net, nearly put it in. Gallagher is on that puck again. Gallagher looks back, twisting and turning. Look at this kid work in front of the goal. Knocked down, Giguère finds it. How about this young Gallagher? My good friend, I'll tell you something. I haven't seen a harder worker in the league in many a year. Brendan Gallagher. Mom, he's doing great, I can tell you.
He comes to play, and especially around the net. He's not a big body, but look at the leverage. He's got good balance. He keeps himself low. It's low center of gravity. Then he goes to make the cut, little ill-advised back to the point, but he gets a hold of it. He's going to focus on the puck, and he's going to drive himself right out to the front of the net here. What he lacks in size, he has in heart, and I'll tell you what, he is tough to contain down low.
His mom in BC is a Hockey Night in Canada fan, has been for years, and glued to the television again tonight. As I said, Mother, he's beyond belief. But it's still no score on the board. 42 seconds left. White on the puck. Stastny on White. White with the puck. Stastny knocked him down. White goes right on to the corner. Coming in to help is LeBlanc. LeBlanc did get the stick down on the puck, but he's covered in there. 4 players battle away. Plekanec is thrown out of there, and the referee doesn't like the way that occurred and is going to call a penalty. Brad Watson was standing there in the near side, and he says interference is going to be the call.
Yeah, a little bit too much for Gennon, and he's going to go to the penalty box. And again, we've talked about how the Avalanche defense, and Adam Foote is one of their coaches when he teaches them how to play this kind of style down low. They are really physical. They get in and they drive at you, and he just outpowers Plekanec maybe to a point where it was too obvious. And the referee makes the penalty call, and with 22.6 seconds, the Montreal Canadiens will try to bury one here before the period's over.
You know what? They were all going at it.
Yeah.
Both sides could be guilty, but anyway, it's another power play for the Canadiens. They got one shot the first time they had the man advantage. They win the draw and keep it in, trying to set something up. There's no score in the first period yet. Markov had a chance to shoot. Subban did, off a stick and high. It'll come back near the line again. Pacioretty takes a shot right on. Big rebound too. It's cleared. Down the ice. And that'll do it for the first period here at the Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado. The shots, Colorado 11 and Montreal 7. So, a hectic first period. No goals. The box for another 136 unless there are further penalties or a goal. So the Canadiens start the second on a power play. There's no score in the hockey game. Canadiens win the draw. Moving up from the face-off win. Subban dumped it up over the line for Gallagher. Can't quite get to it. And Colorado Avalanche get the puck to the line. This time they don't get it out right away. Sarich takes a poke at it, knocked his man off stride, then put him down. Fights hard to get the puck off the boards. Good work in there by Colorado. But Gallagher missed on that shot, which came to him in the high slot. Came off the heel of his stick. 1:05 left in the penalty. No score in the game. Subban swift pass. Got back in over the line for Plekanec. Got back up after being knocked down. Got the puck again, but couldn't do much with it. Kept in though. Plekanec working hard along the boards. Back to the line. Subban ripped the shot right on. Giguère stopped that. And he hangs on to it. Good hard shot by Subban.
The Colorado Avalanche are looking at almost killing off their 22nd penalty in a row here. And your goaltender has to be your best penalty killer. He's got to be the guy that shuts it down. This heavy shot from Subban. He's got a howitzer there. And look at that rebound control by Giguère. He just gets in the way of the puck, keeps the rebound right in his glove where there's no second chance for the Canadiens at all.
Only 45 seconds left in this minor penalty against Colorado. Canadiens to Subban after winning the draw. He stays open. They're watching him closely. He's got that heavy shot back there, and looks like they're trying to set it up to him. Pacioretty goes to the boards now to him, and the shot is off his stick and up high. Good coverage by Colorado in there in front of the goalie, J.S. Giguère, and deflecting that hard shot.
As As I said earlier, when you got a guy like Subban, Markov, and you look at Markov sneaking down, they do that quite often. They get the 4 guys down on the bottom, and that opens up the top for big number 76 to unleash it. And Colorado's done a pretty good job of getting in the lane of PK Subban.
31 seconds left in the penalty. Another good penalty kill by Colorado. It's shot down the ice. As the Canadians pick it up again, it's Subban. 20 seconds left to kill. Subban is going to go all the way with it this time. Brought it in over the line, chased it over there near the boards in the corner. Pacioretty behind the net, set him up again, but he tripped, trying to back up, and he fell, allowing the Avalanche to get a little break down the ice. Played back here on this side of Wilson, rolled it over in front, no shot coming, and dumped in behind the net. Cleach was up and couldn't quite get to it to get a pass away. Pacioretty the other way, cuts in the slot, can't get the shot. And it's cleared away by Duchesne. Not quite all the way outside the line. The goalie dumped it to the corner. Pacioretty is on it now, trying to center from that side. Desharnais flipped it back to the line. Canadians stay in there. The long shot off the stick of Giguère. And out of play, they've killed it off, allowing the 2 shots. That's all. There's still no score.
Even the greatest skaters in the National Hockey League can have a little bobble on those blades, and as Subban backs up, he just steps on the dasher and goes down. That creates an outnumbered attack for the Avalanche, and look at the stick of Brian Gionta back checking. Captain gets it right in the lane.
Avalanche winning the face-off and getting ahead. Parento. And over the line with O'Reilly. Shot behind the Canadian net. The Habs are going to move on with it. Good pass up there for Rennie Bourque. Over the line, Desharnais, bad angle, tried the backhander. Comes right back to him off his stick. Skates all the way back near the line and dumped it in there for Bourneval. He can't center it. Desharnais was stopped. Puck cleared to center. Georges backhands it ahead, but that's easily knocked down, and the Avalanche will attack. Matt Duchesne brings it off the boards, stalls a little bit. Look at him go. Sidestepped the hit, but then lost it. Played back by O'Reilly, though. They couldn't hold the puck in. Both teams are changing, and Sarich shot the puck up off the boards again. Diaz flipped it behind his own goal. Canadians get it ahead. Bourneval got as far as center ice, that's all. Desharnais was behind him, poked at it. They have to tag up, allowing Sarich time to come out for Colorado. Offside. Way ahead of the play was Alex Tanguay.
Mentioned a number of times, a special night for Adam Foote, 2-time Stanley Cup champion here, and the number 52 behind both nets, and all the players wore number 52 in the warm-up. Their names in the bottom of the sweaters, and they will sign those sweaters. And Adam Foote will sign all of them, and the proceeds when they auction these sweaters off will go to charity. And what a great player he was. Had an opportunity to play against him in my career, and he was a rough and tumble guy. And there's a look at Peter Forsberg up in the box with Adam Foote and the likes of Ray Bourque and many others who have come into town to celebrate along with Adam Foote.
I had a little chat with Adam in that intermission, and he spoke of Hockey Night in Canada growing up. And here's a speech tonight here at the building. It was kind of nice. He said, you know, Bob, I think Hockey Night in Canada is what got me interested in playing in the National Hockey League.
Amazing, isn't it? Like every other kid and growing up in Canada who watched Hockey Night in Canada, and got a love for the game.
Saturday night a special. Always has been. Hockey Night in Canada. That ain't going to change.
You wanted to be the guy on the ice, just like those pros were when you were a kid, and you just looked up to them, and you worked so hard at it, and you get to this level like he did, boy, what a player.
There's Colorado looking for the first goal now. Gannon at the line, decides to slide it over there, rink wide. Canadians get a chance to go for it, and they're going to do that. Knock it on the boards and out and down the ice. And it's going to be called back. It's an icing call.
I talked to Adam this morning, and you know, it's so many wonderful memories in his career and what he's accomplished here in Colorado, and of course starting in Quebec. But boy, he made this place a home, and many of the guys that played with him, they talk about how when he showed up to the rink, he was in compete mode, and he made everyone around him compete. And when you went into the corner with Adam Foote, you knew it. And if you showed up to play and you weren't ready to play, you spent most of the night on your backside, and he played against some of the better players in the National Hockey League night after night. What a great personality he is.
One of the classiest people you'll ever meet who played in this league is Adam Foote. And they did a great job here in Colorado in putting together highlight package of all his stuff in the National Hockey League. And you're right, he came to play every night.
He was one snarly bugger. And I'll tell you what, of all the guys you play against that played that kind of way, you know, he was one of the, everyone liked him still. You know, even his opponents liked him. I mean, he came out and he played you physical. You knew what you were going to get. Clean physical, and he got his nose dirty. And what a great ceremony tonight. I thought it was very well done, and great speech by Adam.
And he's back with Joe Sakic, another popular Colorado Avalanche player. Of course, every time they mention his name tonight, roars went up out of this 18,000 plus.
Such a humble guy. He almost looks embarrassed by it all the time, you know, and Adam talks so nicely about him as well. And how could you not? I mean, this was a guy who, you know, you look around the league to guys, I look at guys like Ron Francis and Joe Sakic, those really, you know, John Beliveau type players, those guys that just came out and played every single night, and real gentlemanly type player that could just do it both ends of the ice.
Always loved Joe Sakic. Always. He's another guy that didn't give you an inch.
What a run that group had, boy. Well deserved.
Colorado trying to get the first goal again. Sent ahead by Hayda. Got near the net. Budaj will calmly dive down and cover this up for another face-off in the Montreal zone. And Colorado keeps coming on. Their shots now 11-10 in their favor.
A very loose first period, and talked to Gabriel about that Landeskog after the first intermission, and both teams have looked to tighten it up a little bit, and Peter Budaj not taking any chances. Any loose pucks around the net you're not sure of, just take the face-off.
Stastny on the face-off for Colorado, winning it. Tanguay fed it back to the line. Sarich rolled it back. Tanguay goes the other way this time. The shot got through all right, but Budaj saw it again through a screen, made the save.
Alex Tanguay, one of those guys that, you know, came back to Colorado here, and he has really fit back in. Great veteran leadership, and you look at his travels along the way, and just one of those reliable players. He works really good with the young players. Power play, he'll work himself onto the point. He's a real versatile player, and still got great speed and a great set of hands, and he's been a big part of this resurgence here in Denver.
Face off to Budaj's right. Colorado winning a lot of these face-offs. They're going to get another one in the zone now after that save by Peter Budaj again. Threw a little bit of a screen in front of him.
Well, it'll give a chance for the Montreal Canadiens to make a line change here, and you'll see Hagia and Johnson come out, and they're going to play against this line here of Gallagher and Eller, and that's the respect that they're getting around the National Hockey League right now, the way they play. You saw a bit of Gallagher in that first period.
There we go. Talbot fell. Poked the puck a little bit ahead, though. Eller gets it down the ice for Montreal. Takes a look, waits for help, sees it. Markov made a move and lost the puck. It was dumped away by Mitchell. Tried to toe drag it back and get around him and take a shot, but he lost it.
He had 3 assists in the game against Minnesota tonight. He's been playing well.
Rick joins Toronto Zombie Walk and gains some life-saving skills in Nanaimo, BC on an all-new Rick Mercer Report, Tuesday at 8 on CBC television.
Mentioning Markov with 3 helpers the other night in Minnesota, and he walked right in there. But sometimes you get in there and you just don't have a shooting lane, and he tried to toe drag and got a bit lucky there as it got poked away and got back to PK Subban.
Canadians win this draw. Pacioretty moved the puck a little bit ahead. He's up there with the Cats now. And Gionta in place of Bournival. Sweeping at it was Pacioretty. It went high, stayed in play, hitting the glass rather high. Plekanec trying to knock it loose. It's Gennon who got a good poke at it, but nobody's going to move now. It comes loose. And it came right to Ryan O'Reilly. Parento takes his pass and moves on to center rather slowly. The Canadians break up that attack. However, Avalanche regroup. The defenseman Wilson comes on. Got in too far to get a shot. Played it back. It was tipped at the line, but stayed in there. Just onside as O'Reilly was waiting for it out there. Slapped away again, but the Avalanche keep coming on. A penalty coming up to Montreal. On that trip just inside the line as Wilson had a chance to come in.
I've been impressed with Colorado activating their defense. Boy, they have gotten up in the play. They've pinched off the walls pretty good, and Ryan Wilson's been involved in a couple of low plays here. And this one here, he's going to step up on a good pinch on Pacioretty, who lets him get inside position and has no choice but to try to get his stick in the lane, and catches the feet of Ryan Wilson. And now the Colorado Avalanche will get their first power play of the night.
Colorado's power play is 15th in the National Hockey League. 20% efficiency, that's where you need to be, 20 plus. They're right at 20 now. Let's see if they can bag one here. Take a 1-0 lead. Dumped ahead by Johnson. It'll be kept under play by Eller. He's up there alone. Takes a shot. That hit a stick and nearly caught the short side. Avalanche back to organize again. Brought back by Stastny. And they move it on ahead across the line. Players heading for the net for Landeskog, who held on to it maybe a little bit too long. And now Stastny can't stop it at the blue line, and it's out again. Another intercepted pass by Gianta this time. It hit something near the Montreal bench, stopping the play.
Right through the open gate. They were getting a line change there at the Montreal bench, and Gianta fired it right through the open door. And Colorado a bit sloppy. I think guilty of not taking the puck deep into the Montreal zone, trying to make plays 5-6 feet inside that blue line, and that's where you don't want to make mistakes. As you see Gianta go to dump this in, it goes off his skate and right into the bench, and they'll face it off just outside the blue line.
Pacioretty in the box for tripping. 5:35 of the second period. There's no score in this hockey game. Avalanche power play coming on. Carrying in Parento. Left it for Duchesne. Along the boards, got a little bit loose, and it comes right to Budaj again. Markov nearly knocked it down. It hopped away, and Budaj stopped it on the short side and held it.
Like you see a lot of teams right now in the National Hockey League. 4 forwards on their power play. Parento on the backside of this one, and Tanguay was on the first unit. Going with the 4 forwards and 1 defenseman. Oftentimes you have that one guy on the top of the umbrella, and those 4 guys are all down low.
Alrighty, puck dropped in, and it's going to be cleared by Montreal. Ball decides to go on with it. Why not? He got a chance to get in on goal, too. He got around the net, went in a bit too far. Doing good work with the puck, though, killing more time. Dumped off the boards, 45 seconds left in the penalty. Canadians shorthanded, no score in the game. Duchesne, quick pass down there. They get the zone okay. Moving on fast is Duchesne. After the puck over there against Diaz. Along the boards, back near the line. Here's a chance for Mitchell. Rebound! Covering up on the play is Budaj. Post to post he goes on that one as Duchesne had a dandy chance.
Well, Mitchell makes a smart play. He doesn't try to make a play inside the blue line. He lays it behind the net, and Duchesne picks it up, and this creates this cross pass to Mitchell and a rebound that goes out to the side. But unfortunately, Duchesne's on his backhand, and he's trying to stab at a bouncing puck. As we look at the LASIK net cam, right here, good look at it there, and Peter Budaj making the save. And unfortunately, on your backhand and a bouncing puck is a tough one to try to get a handle on.
3 shots on goal on this power play now by Colorado. Here's number 4. That one, missed the net. And the Canadians take off with it. Down the ice, shorthanded. Gianta tried to cut in front of the goal. Couldn't quite do it. And the Avalanche turn it around with only 9 seconds left in the Canadian penalty to Pacioretty. Dumped into the corner. Centering pass gets all the way back to Stastny. The other side, the shot deflected wide. On the boards, the penalty is over. Pacioretty out of the box. Stastny left it there behind the net. Looks out front, dumped it there all right, but everybody covered. And Landeskog couldn't get a stick on the puck. He was the closest to it. Canadians get it down the ice. 2 players falling. Ginnon thought something went on, and the play is allowed to continue, so no penalty called. And the Avalanche move on down the ice across the line. Dumped in there okay by Landeskog again. He'll come up to pick it up. Seems to be all over the puck inside that Canadian blue line. Kicked loose by Desharnais, and the Canadians cleared out of the zone. On this wing is Bourque. Took a hit, got it ahead a little bit, hit the linesman. And the Avalanche get it out. But Subban was there to stop it. They're onside, so he stepped in. He didn't wait long enough. And it's offside. Still no score in the game. As we near the 9-minute mark of the second period.
Well, the team start is nothing short of amazing, and look at Patrick Waugh and the competitor he was, and he brought it every single night. And 2 cups in Montreal, 2 cups in Colorado. He's one of only 6 players to have his sweater retired in 2 buildings. And in talking to all the young Colorado players this morning, trying to find out what's different and what changes they've made from last year to this year, every single one pointed to the coach and said he's made a huge difference in their team start this year.
Unbeaten on the road. That's not a bad way to start. That's Galchenyuk on the puck for Montreal. Can't hang on to it. He was checked along the boards, and the Avalanche get it out, and 4 of them take off. First pass, however, hit a skate. Subban whacked it loose from everybody. Gallagher's long pass hit the skate of Galchenyuk. He's going to go in and try and pick it up. Takes a hit. He knew it was coming from Johnson. Kept in at the line by Gallagher. A little weak shot in on goal. Jagir stopped it and held on. Another update. That means we go to Andy. Good checking teams here, Andy. There's no score in the game. The shots are 16-11 in favor of the Avalanche. That's up to this point in the second period. 11-8 in the first. The Canadians have had 3. Avalanche 5. Make that 5, yes. 5-3 the shots in the second. Colorado, but no score. Scramble along the boards again. That comes, Gary, I think, you know better, from the close checking of these 2 teams.
Well, we mentioned earlier, I mean, Colorado's first in goals against, and Montreal ranks 4th in the National Hockey League. You know they know how to play defense, and they got great goaltending, so it's tough to score goals.
So they don't get much room. 4 players gather again along the boards in the corner. The puck did come loose and bounced out over the line. Bourque went up after it, trying to get in there past Wilson. Got the shot on goal too somehow. Slapping at it was Duchesne. Doesn't get out. Canadians keep it in. Got away from Bournival in front of the net, and he was open for a minute. Parento down the ice. Shoved it ahead on the end of a shift for him. He's gone off. That is Douglas Murray playing the puck out for the Canadians. 9:20 left in the second period. Gannon played it back. Wilson, his skating partner at the blue line, got it ahead. A little backhander went in wide of the net off Cody McLeod. And the Canadians clear the zone again, but nobody could move on it. Avalanche back. Crowd sell out again, trying to get their team going. Bordeaux was nailed at center ice, or just outside the blue line anyway. Puck loose though, and he got it across the line. Score! Udai didn't have a chance on that. A lot of chances in the first period by Landeskog. This one, maybe not one of his better chances, but he shot it anyway. 1-0, Colorado.
Well, they hit it at center ice right here where Murray steps up and takes out Bordelot, and he ends up staying up in that pile along with Gallagher, and off the bench comes Landeskog, and nobody picks him up, and he hits the dot. And when he hits the dot, he's already made up his mind. He has a location where he wants to put this puck, and he puts it right there. Top shelf, short side, not the kind of goal you like to see your goalie give up, but this was a rocket going straight up again. There's your line change, and Montreal just does not pick him up. Bouillon tries to come over to get his stick in the lane, but not quick enough, and Landeskog, who had a number of chances in the first, buries that one.
Landeskog gets a goal. The shot fired and fooling Peter Budaj. At 11:14 of the second period. 1-0 Colorado.
14 seconds of the second period.
Eric Johnson dragging the puck. Flips it back with Gallagher checking him. Now they're passing the puck perfectly. Again, the shot on goal, fired in by Landeskog, was stopped, and the rebound was covered. Dumped out by Galchenyuk. Bordelot and Cleach assisted on that Landeskog goal. At 11-14. Now they're attacking a little harder. That was McKinnon trying to get some room, cutting it over the line. He's in back of the net, digging it out. McKinnon tries to center. That was stopped. Gionda brings it away. The pass got out to Pacioretty. He didn't get very far. And then John Mitchell shot it back in across the Montreal blue line. Josh Georges with the puck. Being checked from behind by Talbot. Canadians get it out though. Buchanan's hit his man ahead of him. And it bounces loose for Mitchell. Brought it in on the backhand. Pass back. Sarich the other way with it. Avalanche lining it up. Little pass in front of the net. Talbot decides to turn away from the net and get it back. And then a long shot off the blocker of Budaj. Talbot on it. Dumped it ahead for Nathan McKinnon. And he lost possession of the Canadians, though. Are unable to get something going from their own end. Just dump it out and down the ice. And that will be an icing call.
You want to see how you transition the puck? Here's going to be a real good look at it from the Colorado Avalanche. You tell your young kids when you're coaching minor hockey, the puck moves faster than anybody. And the Avalanche just, here's one drop right there. Pass up the middle, move it right back to him, over to the wing, and you're in the zone. And here's a scoring chance by Landeskog. That's just great puck movement by the Colorado Avalanche. You think you can jump on a pass, and by the time you get there, it's already moving. So quick.
Poking at the puck is Duchesne. Right out front of the net with a pass. O'Reilly couldn't get a shot through. And Colorado had to come back to start off again. Dumped up as far as that Montreal blue line. Georges waited and gave it to his partner who dumped it down the ice. Comes around the net all right. Right to Bourque, who was in there to play it. Play is allowed to continue. Bourneval comes off the boards, turning back, trying to get away from Duchesne, who's checking him. Lost the puck. Stays down in front of the hard shot is stopped by Giguère. Canadians come close. O'Reilly picks it up and skates away for Colorado. Dumped it in on the left wing. Parento shoved it up behind the net. That's Markov covering up. It got to Sarich and off his skate and out. Sixth goal of the season by Landeskog moments ago, making it 1-0 Colorado. And again, they're owning the game now, just getting organized and carrying at will. Sarich that time got it in deep. Markov raced forward, it got loose. LeBlanc shot it away from the danger area. But hard forechecking by Colorado. Three of them along the boards, led by Cody McLeod, who has his skate on the puck. It did come loose, knocked back near the blue line, and Canadians do not get it out. Good work by the forecheckers for Colorado. Here comes a penalty to Montreal. Frustration setting in for the Canadians. It is 1-0. Colorado going on the power play in their red. Paris again in the hockey game and again in the penalty box.
Comes at 14.
Sorry,
Bob. There was a battle on the boards here, and McLeod comes off the wall, and Parros just gets an arm inside there, and the referee makes the call. And Parros thought it was kind of weak. He thought it was just a good old battle coming off the wall, but nonetheless, the Colorado Avalanche are going to go back on a power play, and with a 1-0 lead, Montreal's going to need a kill here.
Comes at 14:52 of this second period. Shots are 8-6 in the period, Colorado, and now a chance in the power play to go up 2-0. They win the face-off and play it around a bit. Eric Johnson gives it up, stays back there at the blue line on the other side. Canadians, though, are going to send them back. Shot down the ice. Colorado's second power play. They did not score their goal on their first. That was on even strength. So now they move on. Parento carried first, then delivered the pass near the line. That's offside at the Montreal blue line.
Log on to cbcsports.ca/powerpicks and choose your Silverado Power Picks for this week. Each vote counts as a chance to win a 2014 Chevy Silverado.
30 seconds gone in the penalty. Parros in the box for holding. Avalanche lead 1-0, and the puck is in deep. O'Reilly gives chase, won't get to it. Canadians get it out and down the ice.
Good job by the Canadians holding their blue line, putting Colorado offside, and Colorado hasn't had much end zone time at all.
Parento brings it up with a swift pass on the right side for Duchesne. Trying to get it back to him. There was nobody there at the point on this side. So it floats down the ice with 1 minute gone in the penalty. Parento got it in there again. Shot off the boards for Matt Duchesne. He got up to pick it up in the corner, but lost it. It'll be cleared again by Montreal. They waste little time. First chance, it's gone. High shot on the boards by the goalie, J.S. Giguère. Parento nearly got caught back there by Gallagher. Stalled them off a bit. Good work by the Canadians penalty killers. It's down to 32 seconds remaining. And the puck is out of play this time over the glass.
You're absolutely right. Montreal is just killing off this penalty perfectly, and the puck goes down to J.S. Giguère, and instead of just banking it off the wall to one of his defensemen, he rips it off the glass and makes it very difficult for them to create anything off of that. Markov does a good job stepping up in the neutral zone and sealing off the middle of the ice, and Colorado has just not been able to get any rhythm at all on this power play.
They have not had a shot on goal so far on this power play period. Down the ice it goes. Jean-Sébastien Giguère out of the net to stop it and steady it up for Erik Johnson. Straight through the middle is Benoit. Got in there a bit deep. Looked back and lost the chance. Kept in though. Good play turning around with the puck was McKinnon. Shot another one off the boards to the side of the net. McKinnon got in there. The penalty is over. McKinnon doing great work in there for Colorado. It is set up to Stastny on this side. Back in there for McKinnon. The rookie left it in the corner for Johnson coming in. Johnson centered the shot high and wide of the net. Fired in hard all right by McKinnon, but a good bit off the net. Back up there again though. That shot stopped by Peter Budaj off Paul Stastny, who came through and drilled it. It's still 1-0 Avalanche. Honored him by raising his number to the banners here at the Pepsi Center. What a great defenseman and what a great man Adam Foote is and was.
Absolutely, and they're playing hard for him tonight. Colorado's had a great start to this hockey game. They've pushed the play. They've had a couple of power plays that haven't looked particularly very good, but there's been a lot of scoring chances in this game for two good defensive teams, but the goaltending has been very, very good.
Adam is now one of the assistant coaches and concentrating on the defensemen for this team. So that's great. The head coach is not a bad goalie in his day either, Patrick Roy.
Got it all covered.
Ever. Here's Bourque doing tricks with the puck for Montreal around the net. He goes, tried to stuff it in, gets a chance to shoot. He does. It was blocked. He gets it again. Dropped it to the line. Subban made a move. Coming on. Subban dumped it over there, and Bourque missed that. What a shift for Bourque. Down to one knee, got back up, get some help along the boards. Bourque is behind the net. Desharnais saw him, gave it to him, centered it, tried to bank it in off the goalie. Giguère would have none of that, and he covered up, and he hangs on.
René Bourque has been one of Montreal's best players tonight. He's had a couple of great scoring opportunities, but I like his battle mode and the 50-50 pucks he's fought for. Here's a shot to the net, and ill-advised bounce, and he drops this to Subban. A nice little shift here. He tries to backhand this to the net, and it almost goes off the leg of Galchenyuk into the wide open net. And of course, Gallagher scored one just like that off a Galchenyuk pass in Minnesota the other night, where it was about knee high, but just driving to the net, being in the right place, they got a goal out of it, and they almost got one right there on the Colorado Avalanche.
Kenneth, Bourneval, and Gionta. Again, Bourneval up on that line. Pacioretty had been placed there for a little bit. That's Benoit with the puck, getting it out as far as the line. Canadians are starting to press a bit now. However, that was given up. The Colorado Avalanche. On the attack again, a little weak shot off a deflect by Duchesne. Back near the line again with the Canadians. Slow and clearing it was Diaz. He had him going up ahead of him, but lost a chance to move it up quickly. Georges couldn't stop it. Had to tag up. It shot in there all right. And Benoit's on the puck for Colorado. It was caught and had to get rid of it quickly high and all the way down the ice, and Josh Georges waited for that. Played ahead to nobody in particular, and that went out of play.
An emotional game for Patrick Roy against his old team, the Montreal Canadiens, and he was in the running for the Canadiens job at one point, him and Michel Therrien were the two finalists, and he spoke very well of Marc Bergevin and all the Montreal Canadiens brass, who he said he respected fully their decision with Michel Therrien. He said the way he was treated was fantastic. His relationship with the Canadiens is great, and he's happy to be in Colorado, and boy, why wouldn't he be? What a great start for this young team and great turnaround from last year.
Pacioretty takes off on the left side. Cuts in over the line and left it there. Pacioretty went over in front of the net, but they couldn't get the puck over there to him. Stopped again by Gallagher, right in front of the goal. Gallagher came in after the puck. Pacioretty was knocked down in front of the net. And the Avalanche get it down the ice again. We are in the final minute, as you probably heard, of this second period. Only goal coming back at 11:14. Canadians up now. That second shot is blocked as Bourque on the ice again gets another chance from just inside the blue line. 22 seconds left in the period. Galchenyuk went up looking for it. Couldn't stop Erik Johnson's pass. And it slapped all the way down the ice again. Play is stopped with only 13 seconds remaining in the second period.
Well, Montreal's just got to find a way to generate more pucks towards J.S. Giguère. Only 16 shots so far in the hockey game, and I think they had 10 after the first, so they haven't been able to get good quality grade A scoring chances on J.S. Giguère in this second period, and they're going to need to get her going here in the third period if they want to get back in this game.
Only 1-0 though. Game up for grabs. Both teams playing last night. Colorado winning in Dallas. Canadians losing in Minnesota. 4 seconds remaining with the Canadians in possession is Bouillon. And that'll do it. For period number 2, the shots in the period were by Colorado 10 and by Montreal 8. The goal coming at 11:14 from Landeskog, his 5th of the season, from Bordelot and Clichy. So 21-16 shots over 2 periods. Colorado leading in that department. And it's a 1-0 game. Avalanche. The Canadians here in Denver have brought with them their dads or another representative of their family. The first time they've done that. And they want to win for their team, I would hope. But the Colorado Avalanche right now have the upper hand, leading in shots 21-16, and leading on the board Landeskog, the only goal scorer in the game at 11:14 of the second. So 1-0 Colorado. Looking for more here with a long shot coming in. Came to Budaj off a stick. Not hard when it got to him. He made the save, and here is Subban. Stepping up a little bit, decides to drop it back. Again, Subban. You have to watch him all the time, and he was covered that well by Clichy. Couldn't let him get started. Avalanche turn it back up ice. That pass by Hayda. Goalie came out of the net, fair distance too, with O'Reilly coming in and tried to drive it to the empty goal. It was deflected out of play.
Well, you mentioned all the dads and brothers and uncles that have joined the Canadians on this trip, and they have a fabulous time. I was talking to some of them this morning, and they were saying how great a trip it was, and boy, I wish this is something they did when I was playing. Would have been great to have my dad come on the road, but boy, oh boy, Dallas and then Colorado, what 2 great cities to go to.
And the Canadians trying to cover in their own end now and get something going here in the third period for the Dads. And for all the fans at home, glad to have you aboard, watching this game on Hockey Night in Canada. And there behind the net is O'Reilly again. He's with Duchesne. Duchesne coming out front, jamming at it. Down is the goalie Budaj, and he hangs on. Close call for him. Eller being pushed away a little bit, but that's okay. The two referees are very close at hand, at least one of them, and a linesman. Break them up.
Well, good job by Colorado down low. O'Reilly and Duchesne do an admirable job of getting this puck into a scoring area, but Parento just can't get his stick on it. And of course, he's the new member of this line with the Downey trade that just happened this week. Sent him off to Philadelphia and brought in Maxim Talbot. And they moved up Parento onto this line, and they have yet to record a point together as a line in the 2 games they've played together so far.
Canadians, long lead pass, just won't work, and it slipped right back to the Montreal end, just like that. Trying to set up Subban to go. Each time he's covered. Gallagher up there quickly. Took a poke at the puck. Failed to reach it. Dumped around the net again, and there, waiting for it, was Erik Johnson. Shot it high, bounced down across center ice, and the Canadians again have to go back. Subban, long pass, knifed at center by Gallagher, that's all. So right back where Subban was turning at his own blue line. Again, the Avalanche checking well. Stastny brings it in over that line. Gets a pass over here to Benoit, coming in on goal. The shot is wide of the net. Pacioretty will skate out there, one man back. He's alone coming down. Pacioretty got the shot, the rebound, and both were stopped by Giguère. That was a pretty good rush by Pacioretty. Looks like he's back in form.
Well, a tough start to the season for him. 2 separate injuries, and he's missed 9 games so far this year. And he was right on the goal this morning. He was telling me, and boy, he looks good here blowing down the wing. They've certainly missed that big lumbering forward coming down, and he's at his best when he drives to the net. And he did there following his shot, and he actually got a rebound that Giguère had to make another save on.
2 good saves by J.S. Giguère on Pacioretty. So it's still 1-0 Colorado. Avalanche get it out of the zone again, and the Canadians are all back, circling. This will be Gionta. Mitchell watching him. High pass knocked down near the line and dumped in by Bournival. The goalie out of the net. Giguère put it high on the glass too. Stays in play. Saric shot it ahead. Mitchell was stopped. Played it over on this wing, and it was shot all the way down the ice, and that's icing against Colorado. The crowd didn't like that new call. I don't know, but they were right.
Cleese tried to step forward and put his stick farther ahead so we could get the call, but it didn't happen. Earlier on, we showed you the goal by Gabriel Landeskog. We want you to watch a little bit closer as we did during the intermission, and you look at Bouillon's stick. And what happens here as Landeskog unloads this, it's going to tip off the toe of Bouillon's stick. And here you'll have a look at it. Watch his blade turn over, and you can almost see it just wobble as the puck goes by. And it's just enough to send the puck off a little bit and fool Peter Budaj.
Gallagher won the face-off, broken stick, and let's see what happens now.
Well, the penalty's going to happen now. That's what's going to happen.
Colorado, I believe.
For sure. Right off the draw, Talbot. And that's what you're supposed to do. Jump off that face-off and get your stick over your opponents and try to get that puck. It's a 50-50 puck battle once it hits the ice, and unfortunately, with some of these sticks, they do snap easily. If they get a nick in them from a shift before or whatever, and you put a little too much pressure on them, they're going to snap. And as Talbot reaches for this puck, you're going to see Pacioretty's stick just get shattered right there a little bit too much, and the referee makes the call, and the Canadians will go on the power play and hope that they could get this thing working and get themselves tied in this game.
So Talbot for slashing at 3:03.
Avalanche penalty.
Broke the stick with that slash, as you saw, and the Canadians now line up just inside the line, played ahead by Markov.
3 seconds.
All covered in there. Slipped back by Galchenyuk again. Pacioretty takes a look. He's covered for any shot. Side of the net with that pass. He goes to the net himself. At the blue line. No shot coming yet. Maybe now. Galchenyuk. Nope. Back to the line. There's the shot. Stop. Rebound. Score! Gallagher was right in there and got the rebound.
The guy you want to avoid getting that puck is PK Subban. They tried their darndest to not let him have it, but eventually he does get it. And the one guy who's been all around the net, and we talked to him in the intermission, he's one of the hardest working Canadians, and Subban is going to get a return pass here from Galchenyuk, and he just lets a half slapper go. And Gallagher finds his way in behind the Colorado defense, and he has first access to this rebound. Giguère tries pushing him out of the way, And again, it's not the full wind-up. It's just a half one, and that's all you need. And Giguère gives a little rebound here through the screen. He's trying to locate it, and he can't. And Gallagher pops this through the 5-hole. What a big goal for the Montreal Canadiens.
Ties the game here in the third period at 3:38.
Well, that power play on the road is humming along at about 33%. And of course, this is their third power play they had tonight, and that's right on target as they bury that one into the back of the net.
7th goal of the season for young Gallagher. Right to the net, hammered away into the goalie's pads, and scored the goal that ties it up. Subban took the shot. He'll get 1 assist. Give him the full scoring play. Just a second as the Avalanche come right after the Canadiens and try and get that back. Around that Montreal net, all right. They send 2 in deep. Stastny was bumped by Eller. Stastny stays right there, swings at it. Got some help from Landeskog, but the Canadiens pick it up, get it out of the zone and down the ice. Will it be icing? Yes, it will. Gallagher, his 7th on the power play from Subban and Galchenyuk. At 3:38, we are tied 1-1.
Giguère, in the first 3 starts that he's had 2 shutouts, and you're kind of thinking as this game was wearing on that he may just be pitching another one. But the Canadiens had other thoughts, and on a pretty good-looking power play, they finally get a point shot through and good traffic in front, and good play by Gallagher. Man, he is just so hard to contain around that net. He's such a low center of gravity to push out of there, and he gets his body in there, and no one digs harder than he does.
Georges hammers that one to center ice. Sarich was there waiting. Up is Benoit. Firing the pass over. Benoit in the rebound! Right through the blue ice with the goalie out of position. But the Canadiens get away with that, and it's shot away down the ice and behind Budaj. The net was off, so they stop the play. Gives us a chance again to go to Andy for this update. Wow. Shutout there, coming maybe. Shutout in Vancouver against.
What an opportunity for Benoit. All he had to do was skate around and throw it into the wide open net, and he kind of rushed it and tried to score or wrap it in when his body was still well behind the goal line. He could have stepped right out and fired it into the net. Unfortunately, it came out and hit Peter Budaj and did not find its way in at all.
Faceoff is coming deep in the Budaj zone. Left the net and got away with that one. So maybe, I was saying, a shutout coming in Edmonton. Maybe. Not over yet. Leafs were shut out in Vancouver. And here the Canadiens have tied the game. 1-1. Nearing 5 minutes of play. Third period at the Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado. Canadiens get the puck down the ice again. Another icing call coming. So slow going at this point.
But those shallower nets, you can really get that wraparound quicker, and it had taken 4 inches off the back, and that was almost the difference, as Benoit could have kept moving himself around, and Brian Gionta chased that icing down. He thought he was well equal to his opponent, and the linesman saw it differently, and the faceoff comes all the way back to the left of Peter Budaj.
Subban with that assist now has 14 points. He's the top scorer on the Canadiens. Puck out to center, knocked down by John Mitchell. Gave it away. The Canadiens can't take advantage and move on. They get as far as the line, that's it. Gionta left it there for Plekanec. He'll get a shot. Up high on the shoulder of Giguère. Kept in by Montreal. And then from the blue line, the shot got through. Subban was stopped. And Benoit takes over. Slipped it ahead for Talbot. Down the left wing boards, and he dumps it in. He's the only one up there now as Colorado was changing. Subban has the puck. Slow to move it. Gallagher was covered when he did get the pass from the Montreal defenseman. They battled it out to center ice somehow, though. And the Avalanche regroup. Dump back in again. Budaj leaves the net. Subban caught. 2 forecheckers on him. Nearly gave it up to Landeskog again. He's always dangerous in there. He has the Colorado goal. Came in the second period. Another icing call against Montreal. The Dragons take a trip through time, and a food pitch stirs up competition on an all-new Dragon's Den Wednesday at 8 on CBC TV.
Well, the lines for Colorado have gotten a little bit skewed here as Alex Tanguay has not returned to the bench. He left there near the end of the second period and sustained some form of injury and has not returned for the third, so they've moved their lines around a little bit. And
I've got something to tell you and everybody else. Turn your clock back tonight 1 hour. Now, I usually forget to do that. I say to myself at the beginning of the game, remember to mention that about turning it back. Well, we've done it.
there was always a player on the road that forgot to do that. Late for the bus, late for the plane, always somebody.
There is always somebody. Not tonight. We're going to do it right now as we speak, as Colorado tries to take the lead again with that long pass to the blue line. The screen shot got through to Budaj. And again he covers up. Hangs on for a face-off in the Montreal zone. Gallagher's 7th of the season at 3:38 of this period. We're tied at 1.
Who else would it be but number 52, Adam Foote? What a wonderful night for him and his entire family and the Colorado Avalanche organization as they celebrated his career, and what a career it was as the ownership gave him a beautiful painting of Colorado's skyline and the mountains with a beautiful rink in the background, and the team gave him a portrait of himself, the alumni, and that 52 went up to the rafters with all the greats.
Scramble for the puck in that Canadian zone again. Habs have tied the game. White could not move the puck out of the zone on the first try. Stays right there. It'll be Georges going the other way around the net to Bourque. There's White chasing it. Did get it up near that Colorado line, but he put himself offside. Not in control of the puck, going in ahead of that puck offside.
But a pretty solid road game for the Montreal Canadiens so far. Of course, they lost last night in Minnesota. Came into Denver late last night, early this morning. Had to get her ramped up here for tonight. Had a pretty good first period, a quiet second period, but they didn't give a lot. The Landeskog goal was the only thing that went on the board, and they've gotten that one back on a power play goal by Brendan Gallagher. And right now, this game is 50-50. It's been played mostly in the neutral zone.
Diaz dumps the puck in for Montreal and heads off on a change. Stastny was taken out of the play, but Mitchell was there to poke at the puck and get it out. However, it shot back in, and Sarich comes back. Picked it up and gave it to Benoit. He just shot it down the ice. That'll be an icing call against the Avalanche this time.
And that's how you play it. If you don't have a play, and the checking is so good. We mentioned how good defensively these teams are. The checking is so good. If you don't have a play, the glass is your friend. Chip it off the glass, get it out into the neutral zone a little too hard by Benoit, and it comes down to winning faceoffs and getting pucks towards your opponent's net.
Gallagher back on again, winning the faceoff. He's with Eller and Galchenyuk. That's Galchenyuk after the puck. Around the net, tries to come out front, jams at it. That was stopped by Jaguar. Still has a chance around the goal again the other way. They're fighting for it back there. Galchenyuk and Pacioretty. Galchenyuk to Pacioretty. Given a bump, hangs on to the puck. Gonna back it up along the boards to the corner. Gallagher is over in front of the net. Galchenyuk coming all the way back to the line. In for Gallagher. Gallagher hustles in, but the goalie came out of the net as it came off the boards. It's stopped behind the goal. Pacioretty is upended. Galchenyuk is in there with the puck, digging that out. Long shot. Stopped by Jaguar. And the Avalanche in a little trouble now. Just get rid of it down the ice. Bouillon back. He and Markov are paired together in the blue line now for Montreal. 12:08 left to play in the third. This is Hayda. Shot it away to center ice. Coming on. A chance in front. They score! Well, McKinnon came in there, and the Avalanche looked to be a little patient on the rush at first, but then they storm the net, and a break happens, and they lead again.
This is exactly what you tell your forwards to do when they don't have anything. Put it to the net, aim at the pads, aim for a rebound. It's almost a pad pass off of the pads of Peter Budaj. Great job driving this to the net. You got good traffic, and it's McKinnon who's driving right through the slot that gets a backhand stab at this puck. Landeskog fires it on the pads. It's a juicy rebound that's kicked out right into the high slot, and McKinnon's going to get his second of the year, and a big one at that, as the Avalanche take the lead.
Joe Sakic saw McKinnon was available on the draft pick, and he took him as quickly as he could.
I guess.
So he's got him now.
And number 8, Jan Hejda.
So the Avalanche have taken the lead again on the rookie's goal. As Gary mentioned, his second of the season. 11:25 remaining. 2-1 Avalanche. McKinnon from Landeskog and Hejda. 8:01 the time. Canadians have to try and battle back again. They've been down most of the game. Played on the boards and offside across that line to Louis LeBlanc.
What a big goal for the youngster. And he's used to scoring goals and won a Memorial Cup. Scored 3 in the final game, was the MVP, and what a player he was. And make no mistake, there was no doubt he was going to the Colorado Avalanche, and joins this young crew here, this crew that's growing together like the group that's hoisted into the banners today. They grew together as a team, and this young team looks pretty sharp. Both coaches have made some adjustments here as Eller has dropped down to the line with Bourque and LeBlanc, and they moved McKinnon with Landeskog, which is a change as well. So both coaches making some changes, trying to create some offense, and it seems to have worked for Colorado.
So a 2-1 game now for Colorado, and the puck is down to the Montreal end again. Good work by Lars Eller, speeding back and speeding away. Handles the puck beautifully. Gives it to LeBlanc. The shot was on. Big rebound set up, and 3 Avalanche take off. Down the ice with O'Reilly going through the middle. The defenseman moved up, and that shot by Benoit was off the stick of the goalie and in wide of the net. O'Reilly tried to pick it up, didn't do it. Canadians get it out, down the ice again. It'll reach the line. That's an icing call once again. They'll bring it back.
Teams are so hard to get inside on, and that's the big part of it, why you shoot the puck and you shoot for rebounds. Landeskog wasn't necessarily trying to score there. Sure, if it goes in, it's great, but he's looking for some type of rebound with players driving to the net, and that's exactly what you need to do. It's so hard to get inside on these defensemen now.
Talbot on the face-off. Tied everybody up. Canadians rap at it and just bang it out to center ice. That'll be Mitchell getting it back. Long pass to Talbot. Gets the zone, looks around. Put the shot into Budaj, and a face-off will come in the Montreal zone again as he hangs on to it. 2-1 hockey game. Now, McKinnon's second of the season at 8:01.
Well, Patrick Roy, he's a teacher, and you know what? He's on top of it all the time. He makes a ton of in-game adjustments. He's thrilled at how his team adapts to the in-game adjustments. And right here he's saying, guys, we're winning face-offs. We're not getting anything through. You know what? If we don't get it through, dump it around behind the net. Let's send the winger behind, see if we can't get a puck and center it out in front to somebody who's driving to the net. Right now we're getting a little jammed up off these face-offs.
So it's a 2-1 Colorado lead with 9:57 remaining in the third period. This Colorado team has lost once. We're into November. Shots here in the third period are 7 apiece. Knocked down at the line by Hejda. Didn't move it out though. Avalanche pick it up and get going. That's Talbot again. Down the ice in behind the net. The goalie stepping out. Budaj played it to the big defenseman who got it ahead. PK threw it off to the boards, and the shot is easily steered away. Gallagher let it go back to PK and then took the shot. Pacioretty hit the goal post. Stayed out.
This is one of those makeshift lines from Michel Therrien, who's kind of blended it up a little bit. He's got Max Pacioretty out with Galchenyuk and Gallagher. In the last 2 shifts, they have had some pretty good looks at the net. And right here, Pacioretty's going to just turn around here and rip this one on the forehand. He's going to catch the crossbar and out of play.
I gotta say, I didn't see it, but I sure heard it. And it was the crossbar. Didn't get in the net. Avalanche get it down the ice again. Stastny couldn't pick up the pass. Giotta played it at center. Met immediately by Wilson, who ran into him. Bourneval coming back for Montreal, takes a hit on the boards back there. Avalanche get the puck under control inside that Canadian blue line. A long shot comes off the boards and out to center ice. It's cleared. Coming on as the Cannons tried to center it. Took the hit by Ginnon as he did. And again, speeding through the middle. Avalanche attacking, led by McKinnon. Stuffed it around the goal, had to go off to the right and then move it around the net. Nobody could pick it up. Eller got it back for Subban, hit the side of the goal. Can score! Well, Subban gave it up. And it came around the net. And wide open was O'Reilly.
Here's the play right here. McKinnon doesn't get selfish and try to drop a pass. He throws it behind the net, and this gives Colorado a chance to get on the forecheck again. A sloppy play from behind the net by PK Subban, and O'Reilly is going to pick this up. Again, McKinnon puts it in a safe spot, a spot where he can get a chance to get his teammates on top of it. Eller lays it back for Subban. He tries to throw it behind the net to his partner. It doesn't get there, and O'Reilly picks it up and steps out front, and he puts this thing top shelf.
And maybe out of reach. The way Giguère has been playing and the way this Colorado Avalanche team has demonstrated they can check, a 2-goal lead sounds pretty good to me.
Well, the way they've been winning, it's going to be a tough chore for sure.
O'Reilly's fourth at 11:31. They're in again. No shot coming this time from Matt Duchene. Budaj has to make a big save off O'Reilly again. Eller takes the puck out of harm's way, leaves it for Diaz. Straight down the ice to pass. Desharnais got away with one maybe at center ice, grabbing the Colorado player. Nothing was called and the puck was in deep in that Montreal zone again. Douglas Murray flipped it behind the goal. Canadians do get it ahead and out to center ice. They're down 2 goals now. Pacioretty all alone trying to move it in. Got it in deeper. Gallagher was in there, and here's Galchenyuk in front of the net. Can't get a shot though. Pacioretty lost it. He had a good chance coming on to pick it up. And right in front of him was Cleach. Pacioretty again stays in there, bumped off the puck by Hayda. Controls it again, however. Comes all the way along the boards. A long pass back. Shot tipped wide of the net and away wide. Colorado will just hang on. Marc-Andre Cleach gets the puck under control, gives it to his partner over there, and Johnson shoots it down the ice. 6:40 left in the third. 3-1 is the score now. Colorado leading Montreal. Markov's shot was on. Giguère stopped it. Canadians keep it in. They get the odd shot in there all right. Bouillon. He put it right to the goalie. An easy catch for Giguère, and he hangs on to it.
The one thing that has increased in this period for the Avalanche has been their forecheck. They have been in on the puck extremely hard, and this is exactly what they did on this goal. McKinnon takes it deep, doesn't like what he sees, lays it around the wall. And watch the Avalanche on this. Benoit keeps it in. You got 90 following it in there. They make you make plays, and if you don't make plays and you're sloppy, they're quick. And they turn it over and got to the front of the net, and upstairs it went.
That one was taken away from in front of the goal by Ryan Wilson. Tapped it again, but right to LeBlanc this time, who shot it ahead. Parros couldn't catch up to it. He did get over near the puck, but the Avalanche under control again, get it out of the zone to center. Dumped in by Bordelot, gave chase himself. Puck is cleared to the line and out. Bouillon stopped at center though. Now White has to come back to help. As Bordelot got a chance to go in. Bouillon back on the skates, comes to center, flipped at it, missed that chance to clear it very far at all. Avalanche attacking again. Centering pass by McLeod, went by in front of everybody, stopped at the line and kept in. Parento just dumped it ahead. They're changing now, both teams bumping together too, the way the two benches are located over there, the Canadians and Colorado. Going against each other, going off. collisions occurring. That's 3 or 4 times it's happened in the game. Giguère hangs on. That last goal, by the way, by O'Reilly, his 4th of the season, was unassisted. Here in Denver, Colorado at the Pepsi Center, where the Canadians are down to the Colorado Avalanche 3-1. O'Reilly got the 3rd goal for Colorado moments ago.
Well, some sloppy play behind the Montreal Canadian net as P.K. Subban is going to try to move this puck to his partner. And as he tries to flip this over, O'Reilly just steals it. And as he comes out from behind the net, he goes short side, straight upstairs, and that's going to be a killer.
No scoring in the first period in this hockey game. Landeskog at the first goal at 11:14 of the second, 1-0. Gallagher, great work, banging in a rebound at 3:38 to tie it. Then McKinnon, and then O'Reilly.
When Gallagher scored that goal, I thought, boy, here they come, the Montreal Canadiens, but the Colorado Avalanche just turned it around.
So it's 3-1 Avalanche with 5:10 remaining in the third. Gallagher on the puck. 2 Avalanche on him. They can't take it from him. Markov's shot was blocked right in front of him. Pacioretty turned and fired one. That was wide of the goal, being deflected there, and the Avalanche get it out and down inside the Montreal line. Under 5 minutes remaining in the third. Subban poked ahead. The puck to Gallagher. Shoots! That's off the goalie. Bounced right in front of the net. Cleared up in the glass and out. Avalanche now have to tighten up a little bit, but the Canadians keep coming. That's a centering pass that Plekanec couldn't catch up to. Gianna passed it to him. Gianna stays in, so does Plekanec. Avalanche get the puck out. Canadians dump it back in. There goes Bourneval to try and find it. He fell. Gianna had a chance to move it, but did not, and Landeskog skates out to center for Colorado. Dumps it in. Comes in after it. Knew he wouldn't be hit. Otherwise would have been interference called right away. That's what they're doing now. Fired back in there by the Avalanche. Time clock getting down at 3:51 on the clock now. And another pass intercepted at center by Ryan Wilson. And then offside is the call.
I have been so impressed with Colorado's defense tonight.
Yep.
I thought, this isn't a lot of names people know per se, and they have played so solid. They play with grit, they play with determination, they're up the ice, they contain very well, and they compress the ice. They don't give you a chance to build up speed, and this is what's shut down Montreal in the back end of this third period. They have just compressed the ice.
Puck grabbed at center on the face-off win by Colorado, and they dump it in. That's Diaz chasing it. Bourque played it out. Too far for Eller, who was skating away from his own zone. 3:28 left. Budaj out of the net, sets it up in the corner, but there's a giveaway as Talbot waited inside the line. And the Avalanche stayed close to every Montreal Canadian moving on the puck. There's Talbot in to check his man. On the other side, no play though by Clich, but he stays there hoping to knock it off the boards. It got over around the Montreal net and the Canadians come away. Down this right side. Dumped in by Eller. And then Bourque went in behind the net. Desharnais was right behind him. Bourque turns, flipped it at the goal. Desharnais behind the net. Avalanche player hurt over there. Play is allowed to continue. Now the referee decides he'd better stop it, and that's the right move.
I think that's Mitchell who went down, and him and Rene Bourque were over there, and I'm not sure if it was a follow-through from Rene Bourque's stick or possibly maybe the puck that came up and through, but he went down hard. Trainer on the ice immediately right away. Yeah, it is the follow-through. It's totally accidental, but still hurts nonetheless as he got that right in the yap. And again, it is a follow-through. He wasn't intentionally skating around the stick up there. He was wristing the puck towards the net and caught him, so no call on that play, and referees blow it down right away, and hopefully all his chicklets are in place, and they'll face it off just outside.
You mentioned the defense core tonight of the Avalanche. We talked earlier about Adam Foote. I was talking to Adam, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, and he told me he ran into Joe Sakic one day, and Joe said, look, you're coaching my boys' hockey team, and you're coaching the defense for the team, and my boy tells me you're great. And I know you're great, and I want you to come with me with the Avalanche. And he said he can't go full time, but he would help out. So he's obviously done something.
He's done a great job. I see a piece of him in all these D. They play with good grit and determination, just like he did.
Pacioretty nearly going all the way with that one. Centered it in front of the net. Pacioretty got it back. Subban ripped the hard one high, but it's blocked. And Giguère gets a hand from this sellout crowd of 18,152.
Well, the former Conn Smythe Stanley Cup winner, J.S. Giguère, he's not called upon a lot, but boy, when he's been called upon by this team, he has answered the bell. A lot of traffic in front, including Hajo, who's almost laying on top of him, and he finds this puck, makes the save, and cleans up the rebound. It's extremely tough to see through all that traffic.
Again, another pass into the high slot this time, and Wilson steals it away from Gionta. Canadians, Gionta played it ahead. That won't work. It's an icing call, though, against the Avalanche, who are leading 3-1. Montreal at Ottawa on Thursday. The Canadians are going to leave right after this game tonight and fly east to go home. They play in Ottawa. 7 p.m. is the start Eastern time. We hope you'll join us. Hockey Night in Canada, special Thursday night edition, November 7th. Canadians and the Senators at Ottawa. Full network game. 1:57 left to play in this one in Colorado. Gionta tried a centering pass. Intercepted and cleared out. Bouillon had to wait and did. Pushed ahead a little bit by Paul Stastny. Bouillon gets back. Hit the back of the net, trying to clear it. Diaz took one-handed swing at it. Got it out of the zone, mind you. It'll be Landeskog who'll bring it back in. He'll just flip it at the glass. It went high. Deflected up there with 1:25 remaining in the third period. Avalanche leading Canadians 3-1.
Well, Peter Budaj, I think, played that one with his head. It was just a snapshot in from Landeskog, who's been the best player on the ice tonight. Not just offensively and scoring the goal and some of the plays he's made, but he has laid some good hits on the Montreal Canadian players. He's been physical, sport checking. He's led by example tonight, this young captain.
Assisted on McKinnon's goal. Scored the first one of the night. Didn't come till the second period at the 11:14 mark. Gallagher got the only power play goal of this game. That tied it in the third period. Then McKinnon, then O'Reilly. And right in front of the net again is Duchesne. They battle away for the puck, flipped high by Duchesne. And over the crossbar. Final minute. Budaj heads off to the Canadiens bench. The extra man is on. Subban will keep it in. He's knocked down by Matt Duchesne. Puck is out. The empty net is up there for Duchesne. It'll come off the boards. He'll center it. And they score. Parenteau came up with him. Duchesne did all the work. After Parenteau got it in. Empty net goal. 4-1. That's all she'll write tonight. I'll say.
A good solid hit on PK Subban in the offensive zone as he was trying to pinch a puck in. Duchesne just creamed him against the boards. That allowed Parenteau to steal the puck and go for the empty net. It just missed the empty net, and good on Duchesne to work his butt off to get to that puck and center it back for Parenteau, who started the whole thing. And Subban, who got up and got himself back into the end, just couldn't outmuscle Parenteau as he popped it into the wide open net.
22 seconds of the third period. Parentel from Duchesne at 1922.
His 4th goal of the season.
Sensational.
Parenteau scores it. 4-1 is the score. And that's your final tonight from Denver, Colorado. The Avalanche win again. What a great start for Sir Patrick. 4-1 win over the Canadiens. Back-to-back wins on the weekend. They won in Dallas last night. They win here tonight. Canadiens lose 2 in a row. In Minnesota yesterday and now here tonight. 4-1 your final. And here's Ron MacLean.